Okay, today we'll be making toffee bars. First, you get out a cookie pan and you take butter and grease the pan. And make sure your hands are clean. After you have your pan greased, you want to set it aside for a little while. You need to get a double boiler on the stove. Turn it on high. We're going to put these chocolate chips in the double boiler. You want to put your chocolate chips and butterscotch chips in here. Once the double boiler starts to boil, turn it down to 3 or 4. Once they start to melt, occasionally stir the butterscotch and chocolate chips together. Come over to your big pot and you dump 2 cups of sugar in and 2 cups of corn syrup. Sometimes you want to have a spatula to clean out all the leftover corn syrup. Once you get all your ingredients in the pan, you want to stir it. Once you have it all stirred up, you're going to take it over to the stove, put it on about medium, and stir it constantly till it comes to a boil. Okay, so once it comes to a boil, turn it off. You take it off the stove, come over here, and then you want to pour in 24 ounces of peanut butter. So this is chunky peanut butter, and you take a spatula and try and scrape the edges of the peanut butter jar and try and get everything out of it. Okay, so you stir all this peanut butter in to the stuff that was boiled. Now what you do, once that's stirred up all nice, you take a thing of Special K and you dump it in. Okay, stop. So, what you're doing right now is you have all the Special K in with the peanut butter and all the other ingredients, and you mix it really well. Now that we have this all mixed up nicely, we're going to pour it into the pan that we have set aside for a while.
Hey, wait for me!
So now that we have this all out on the pan, you should have some butter left over from doing the pan with covering the pan with butter. You take that leftover butter and get it all over your hands. Make sure it's all over them. Okay, now once you do that, it is still hot, so you're going to have to push quickly. Spread it out evenly, and you need it all over the pan. Now that I've pushed it down the spatula, it's fairly even. I'm going to take a little bit more of that butter, get it all over my hands, and I'm going to push that down a little bit more so it's even, and we need to get all the air bubbles out of it. You need to get everything, so push it as hard as possible to get all the air bubbles out. Now that this is all mixed up evenly and melted, we're going to take the top half of the boiler. We're going to bring it over here, turn off the stove. You're going to take this, and you are going to pour this all onto here. So we got all of the melted chocolate onto here. Now you're just going to spread it out over the whole thing. Make sure to get it in all the corners and everywhere, pretty evenly as possible. Now that I have this almost all the way done, you want to make sure it's spread out evenly. Just get it all on. If you wanted to do a design at this point, this would be the time to do it before it cools. And there you have it, toffee bars.